So let's talk about the biggest immigration update the UK has seen in the last 50 years. So the UK government has announced a major overhaul of the rules guiding immigration and the pathway to indefinite leave to remain, what many of us will call ILR or permanent residency. And according to Home Office, people who arrived in the UK since 2021 will be affected by these new changes. So if you don't have your ILR by now, definitely this change might get to you. To make it very easy for us to understand, I want to start with the three major groups every immigrant will fall into under this new system. This is the foundation of everything that follows. So we have Category A. Category A belongs to high standard applicants. These are people with strong English. They have consistent work. They have a clean criminal record, no unpaid debt, do not rely on government benefits. They have continuous tax and national insurance contributions. This group of people get a shorter route to settle, around 5 to 7 years. And that takes us to Category B. Category B is standard applicant. The route is 10 years. This is now the default and group most people will fall into. So what you need to have in this group is similar to Category A, but your earnings might be lesser. You still need a proof of good character, English language requirements, work history, national insurance contributions, and also non-reliance on government benefits. So if you are a skilled worker, student, care worker, graduate, or temporary worker, this is likely your group. And then takes us to Category C. Category C is a group with issues. This group includes people with criminal records, immigration violations. They have unpaid government debts. They depend on benefits, long gaps in work, and failed previous applications. These people might have a very long route, sometimes 15 to 30 years, or they may never qualify to settle in the UK. Now let's break down these requirements that decide which category you fall into. One, we talk about criminal record, what it actually means. When the UK says no criminal record, they mean no court conviction, no violence, no theft, fraud, or drug offenses, no assault, no unpaid criminal fines. And if it happened outside the UK, it still counts. As far as your country it happens, kept the record. One conviction can push you into Category C or actually disqualify you completely. The second one we're going to talk about is no unpaid debt. What kind of debt affects you? This is where many people get confused. So let's make it very simple. Debt that affects your immigration status includes unpaid taxes, unpaid council tax, unpaid NHS bills, fines that reaches court, loans that went to collection, barely level debt. Normal debts such as car finance, credit cards payment, student loan, mortgages, they are not really the problem as long as you're paying them. Unpaid debt places you in Category C. So the third one we talk about is English language requirements. Yes, the UK wants stronger English, but they do not want perfect English. It simply means they want you to be able to communicate, to be able to work independently, to be able to understand instructions and easily integrate into the society. Good English as well can move you into Category A. Poor English might hold you back. The fourth one is national insurance contribution. This is simply the UK checking that you work legally, pay your tax, contribute to the society, have a strong work history. So when you have a strong work history, it puts you into Category A or B. No work pushes you into Category C. So who's not affected much? Some people are less affected. Spouses of British citizens, EU settlement scheme holders, Windrush. This refers to a generation of people from the Caribbean who came into the UK between 1948 and 1970s to help rebuild the country after World War II. Also, refugees and protected persons, children born in the UK, their roots stay relatively stable. This reform is the biggest immigration overhaul in 50 years. It changes how quickly people can settle, who qualifies, who gets delayed, and who gets blocked. In simple terms, if you work, contribute, follow the law, and stay responsible, you settle faster. If you're stable but average, you settle in 10 years. If you have issues, your journey becomes very long or impossible. The goal of the new immigration policy is to reward contributions and responsibility. This reform, as mentioned by Shabana Mahmood, was announced on November 20, 2025. However, No changes are yet in effect because the rules are still in consultation. It's the truth at the time. Take care and have a nice day.